I'm a Nintendo kid at heart, so it was a brand new experience when I bought my first PC. To be honest, I wasn't sure I wanted one, but my brother peer pressured me into it, and being the dumb kid I was, I caved fast. I really wasn't sure if I'd use my new $1,000 PC much, if at all, because everything I wanted was on the Wii U. Like I said, dumb little kid. But there was one game I wanted, that only the PC would be able to give me. Overwatch. Like I said, dumb little kid. I've played it for a few years, but now the sequel is fast approaching, so I've decided to show off one of my final games from the final days of Overwatch 1. Our story begins. Nope. Too cringy, even for me. Anyways, Ilios, one of my favorite maps in the game for one reason and one reason only: the well. Our first point was Lighthouse, and even if it's not well, it had plenty of opportunity for environmental kills. So I lock Hog and head to point, where my co-tank and I do nothing and die. So, nothing new for a tank player. The enemy caps point, but my DPS and supports are still in the fight. They manage to secure a few picks, but die soon afterward. After a quick pick off on the Genji from me, the Orion makes a bad decision and runs into a small room by himself. A man after my own heart. I die soon after to a high noon, but the rest of my team manages to take the point. Next fight, I've swapped to Rhine, one of the two men I'd go gay for. Our soldier pops ult and mows down the backline behind me, while their tanks were, enjoying a 5-star dinner they've been planning for months? I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. Well, they did manage to cap the point, but without any backup, they were easy pickings, and we take it right back. After that, the enemy pushes with a nano-boosted Doomfist and picks off my co-tank and I. But the absolute chads of Soldier 76 and Torbjorn's turret managed to pick off 3 enemies, just in time for the tanks to return and shield the carry. We pick off the remaining stragglers, and Lucio tries to touch point stall, but seeing as how this is a plat game, he's a bit too slow. Round 1 ends with a 100 to 93 score, and we move on to Ruins. Round starts, and I decide to take up a position on the scaffolding bridge with my soldier. And we pick off the Winston, but can't keep the momentum, and the enemy caps point. We regroup, and though their Rhine shatters my backline, they all manage to do enough damage to him that I pick him off right away, giving my team enough time to recover. Lucio and I fall, but the rest of the team picks up the slack and takes point. If I keep dying first, people aren't going to want to watch anymore. Then again, dying first is what main tanks do best, so it's whatever. Next fight, I try for a sneaky shatter, but the enemy spots me, so I retreat back with team and shatter the Rhine and ulting Moira. Unfortunately, Genji uses Dragon Blade and Zenbob's Trance, yada yada yada, we lose the point. Maybe I die first because I'm just bad at the game. Nah, that can't be it. We regroup, and with excellent usage of Lucio speed and Ana anti-nade, we manage to pick off the Roadhog and push the enemy back a bit. Our Torb falls, but not before getting his ult off just enough to pick off the enemy Zen. Our Lucio dies to a high noon, but I manage to get a good charge on their Reinhardt, picking him off. The enemy is so split at this point, it's an easy cleanup. The enemy's next push results in their Rhine shattering our Lucio, but not much else, as his backup decides, nah, I'ma head out. We pick off the Reinhardt and a couple others, keeping the point locked down. The enemy regroups again, and I notice the Roadhog is trying to take a flank angle with his McCree, so I go to cut them off. Hog tries to solo ult me, but I manage to get out fast. Right after the enemy Moira decides to use her ult, but I quickly put it into that. Meanwhile, on point, their Zen uses Trance, but without any backup due to a well-placed anti-nade, their attempt at a push is fruitless. Hog touches point one last time, but a single pool of lava is all it's needed to quickly put him down. The round ends with a score of 100 to 78%, and the game ends with a 2-0 victory. Hey, I only died 7 times. New record. I think it's impossible for me to hate Overwatch. Sure, the crowd control in this game is beyond ridiculous, but this is the game that made me want to buy a PC in the first place. This is one of the first games I put any real time into in an attempt to get better. Whether or not that's worked out is debatable, but this game has allowed for so many awesome moments, not just for me, but for so many others as well. Whether it was a 6-man shatter,
yeah, it's go time. Whoa! 6-man!
a remake funny kill, or a Torb turret play of the game.
Torbjorn, because I played him like a slow alternative rock song. Just look at this finesse, look at this technique, this strategy. It's unheard of. You can't see it, but I actually whipped out a pad and paper and was just crunching numbers. Opened up Excel, put all that in a spreadsheet and just calculated.
The memories this game has made will last in infamy. People aren't gonna forget Overwatch or the people they've met in-game anytime soon. But with Overwatch 2 just around the corner, I think it's time to say goodbye to an era. Wait, I didn't get to play on Well. Trash game 0 out of 10, never playing again.